Hi, this is the last video in the 7-Eleven series. It's been a long one, and yeah, so let's get into this. This is going to be about practice tips for 4x4 since I've basically covered the entire Yao method. So, in my opinion, 4x4 requires more thinking than other events. That's probably because there are a lot of stages in Yao, and it requires solutions that have to be more or less come out on the spot unless you're really familiar with 4x4. And this is especially so in the stages such as the first three edges and last four centers. And there are way too many permutations to write the solutions onto paper, and you really have to think of them on the spot in order to solve them quickly. With this in mind, maybe you don't really want to be listening to music or a podcast if you want to practice 4x4 and to implement things that you've recently learned. And I find that when I put on music in a session, I just forget the song that I'm listening to because I'm just fully focused on 4x4. And this happened when I was maybe averaging around 40 seconds. Yeah, so also with 4x4 as an even layered cube, don't get frustrated when you have double parity 5 times in a row at the start of the session. Each parity happens 50% of the time, so you have 25% chance of having no parity, 25% chance of having double parity, 25% chance of having only OLL parity, and 25% chance of having only PLL parity. And so you'll be bound to have sessions where you get a proportionally low number of parities and during which you feel great. Personally, I don't really remember the parities that I have in the solve that I just completed. And sometimes I have to dig deep to recall if I had parities or not. And so that's a good thing, I guess, because I wouldn't really get affected by the past solves in the session. And I think it's a good idea to get into a habit of just forgetting the outcomes of your previous solves and just go into your next one fresh and new. So now how big of a 4x4 session should you do? I still remember the days where I averaged over 1 minute and 45 seconds and I did an average of 5 and called it good for the day. And I also remember when I was roughly 1 minute 20 when I got my first string shower 4x4 and I started doing averages of 12. And also I also remember when I did 100 solves in a single sitting. And as a rule of thumb, just stop when you're tired. 4x4 is a big small cube, or it's a small big cube. And so you can turn quite fast, but your fingers can get tired pretty quickly. And so just give your fingers some exercise and then call it good. And more practice comes with practice and you'll get better at it. Yeah, so I guess this wraps up the series and hope you've picked up a lot of new tricks and insights that you might not have heard before. And 4x4 has become one of my favorite events for a long time now. And that's because it feels more rewarding than others. And if you have any questions or topics that you want to cover in another video, do tell me in the comments below and I'll try to get to it. Yeah, so thanks so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.